Hello, class 9th students. Welcome back to our channel. Once again, I'm here with the third part of first chapter, number system. So let's find out what all topics we are going to cover in this video. So we will start with the representation of real numbers, followed by operations on real numbers. Then we will discuss rationalization of denominator. After that, we will be having laws of exponents for real numbers. Then we will be having many examples based on all these topics, and at last there will be a pop quiz. So let's start with the representation of real numbers. So here we are going to locate 2.665 on number line. As you know, the number 2.665 is lying in between 2 and 3. This number is lying in between 2 and 3. So we need to analyze the numbers in between 2 and 3. So here I am showing you the magnified image of numbers in between 2 and 3. See, we can have 2.1, 2.2, 2.3 up to 2.9 in between 2 and 3. As we have to locate 2.665, then we need to observe the numbers in between 2.6 and 2.7. In between 2.6 and 2.7. Now, I will show you the magnified image of numbers in between 2.6 and 2.7. And in this way, we will locate the given number. See, here we are having the magnified image of numbers in between 2.6 and 2.7. So here we are having 2.61, 2.62, 2.63, 2.64, 2.65, 2.66, 2.67, 2.68, 2.69. As we need to find out 2.665, so we need to magnify the numbers in between 2.66 and 2.667. So in between this portion, again, we are going to find out the various numbers. So in between 2.66 and 2.67, we can have 2.661, 2.662. In this way, here we are having 2.665. 2.666 and 2.669 is here on the number line. So we are here to find out the location of 2.665. So you got the point 2.665 at this point in between 2.66 and 2.67. So this is the representation of a real number on number line. Now we are going to visualize 3.765 on the number line using successive magnification. So 3.765, as you know, this number is lying in between 3 and 4. So we need to visualize the number in between 3 and 4. So we can have in between 3 and 4 the numbers 3.1, 3.2 and so on up to 3.9 in between 3 and 4. As we have to locate 3.765, so now we need to observe, now we need to analyze the numbers in between 3.7 and 3.8. So let's find out that image. So here I am showing you the numbers in between 3.7 and 3.8. We can have 3.71, 3.72 and so on up to 3.79, right? Now we need to find out 3.765. So 3.765 we can have in between 3.77 and 3.78. So we need to visualize this region of numbers in between 3.77 and 3.78. So let's find out the magnified image of numbers in between 3.76 and 3.77. So here we are having 3.761, 3.762, 3.763, 3.764, 3.765 up to 3.769. As we were locating the number 3.765 and here we got our number. So in this way we got the number 3.765 in between 3.76 and 3.77. So like this you can locate, you can visualize any real number on number line. Now we are going to locate square root of 9.3 on number line. In our previous slides, we have located rational numbers on number lines. Now this is an irrational number. We are going to locate an irrational number on number line under root 9.3. So at first we will draw a line of length 9.3 centimeter. Then we will add 1 centimeter in this, means the length. Now we will cover 10.3 centimeter. So 10.3 centimeter here we are having. Now we have to find out the midpoint of this line segment. So we need to draw the perpendicular bisector of this line segment. So just with the help of protractor, we need to draw its perpendicular bisector. As you know, in the protractor, we need to measure the length more than half of XY length, and we will mark 2 arcs from the point X, this one, and in the below direction, this one. Then from the point Y, we will mark arcs with the same length, this one, and here we can have like this one. So here we got the point P, which is the perpendicular bisector of line XY. Now what we need to do, just in the protractor, we will measure the length XP and we will draw a semicircle on the length of measure 10.3 centimeter. Here we are going to draw a semicircle. So here we have drawn a semicircle on the diameter AC. AC is the length 10.3 units. Then the point where we are having 9.3 unit measure, the point B. At the point B, we will drop a perpendicular here, and where this perpendicular is intersecting this semicircle, this line segment is giving us square root 9.3. As we have to represent this square root 9.3 on the number line, so now we will measure this length in the protractor. Then we will mark an arc of this length on the number line here. And here we got a point F. So the line segment BF is giving us square root 9.3. So this is the representation of number square root 9.3 on the number line. Now let's have some operations on real numbers. Here I am going to show you on the real numbers. We will be having addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We can have 3 types of different results on multiplication. So let's start with the addition. Here I am showing you an example. The number is 5 under root 6 plus 4. These two are real numbers. This is an irrational number and this is a rational number. So the result we are getting here, an irrational number. So reasoning, what is the reason why this is an irrational number? Because the sum of an irrational and rational is an irrational. Sum of an irrational and rational is always an irrational number. So this is a irrational number. Next, I'm going to show you subtraction. Here we are having an example 2 minus root 3. 2 minus root 3. This is an irrational number? Because difference of a rational and irrational is an irrational. 2 is a rational number and root 3 is an irrational number. So difference of a rational and irrational is an irrational number. Now for multiplication. For multiplication, we are having numbers 2 and root 5. 2 is a rational number and root 5 is an irrational number. When we are multiplying these two numbers, then we are having 2 root 5. And 2 root 5 is an irrational number. So, what is the reasoning here? Product of a rational and irrational is an irrational number. Product of a rational and irrational is always an irrational number. Let's have another type of numbers and we will discuss multiplication again. So here I have taken both irrational numbers. You can see 6 root 5 and 2 root 5. Both are irrationals. And after solving, 6 into 2 will give us 12 and root 5 into root 5 means 5. So 12 into 5 is giving us 60. So this is a rational number. What's the reason? So reason is product of two irrationals may be rational or irrational. Here in this example, we are having result a rational number. Let's have another example where we can have an irrational number as result. So here we are having numbers 2 under root 3 and under root 7. Both are irrational numbers. And after multiplying, you can see 2 and root 3 into root 7 is under root 21. So 2 root 21, this is an irrational number. So what is the reasoning? Product of two irrationals may be rational or irrational. See, here we are getting a rational number as result and here we are getting an irrational number as a result of product while we are multiplying both irrational numbers. And in this example, I had shown you that one number was rational and another was irrational. So three types of results we can have over multiplication on real numbers. Now next we are going to discuss about this division. So square root 5 is going to divide it by 2. It is an irrational number. An irrational number is divided by a rational number is giving us result in irrational number. So this is the reasoning. Division of an irrational number by a rational number is an irrational number. Now let's have some examples. Here I am going to show you that if you are having a number within square root sign, then how you can break it. So square root 27. At first we need to do prime factorization of the number. So 27 can be 3 into 3 into 3. So means we can write it like square root 9 into 3. Square root 9 into square root 3. Square root we have distributed over these two numbers individually. So square root 9 is 3. So this is the number 3 root 3, which is an irrational number. Let's have another example. Square root 50. Square after prime factorization, you can write it like square root 25 into t into 2. Square root 25 into 2. As you know, 25 is a perfect square number. So we can have 5 out of the square root sign and 2 will remain there. So 5 root 2 is the result here of the number square root 50. So this is again an irrational number. Another example is square root 250 can be written as square root 25 into 10 and 25 is again a perfect square number. So it will come out from the square root sign and 10 will remain there. So 5 square root 10. Just like this, another number square root 112 can be written as square root 16 into 7. Square root 16 will give us 4 and square root 7 will be as it is a irrational number. So answer is 4 square root 7. Another example is square root 168. So this can be written as square root 4 into 42. the square root sign is distributed over both the numbers. So square root 4 is 2 and square root 42 is as it is. So the answer is 2 square root 42. So here you can see in all these examples, we are having result an irrational number. An irrational number. Just like this, we can break a bigger number within a square root in the smaller number. Now let's have some higher order examples. Here we are having question when where we have to multiply 3 plus root 3 and 2 plus root 2. So at first we are going to distribute this term 3 plus root 3 over these two numbers, over 2 and square root 2. So we have distributed. Now this 2 will be multiplied these two numbers individually, and this root 2 will get multiplied these two numbers individually. So we will be having this step like this. 2 into 3 plus 2 root 3 plus 3 root 2 plus under root 2 into root 3. After simplification, we can have 6 plus 2 root 3 plus 3 root 2 plus square root 6. This term will be square root 6. So this is the answer here, which is an irrational number. Let's have another question. Here we have to multiply 3 plus root 3 and 3 minus root 3. As we are having same numbers with opposite sign in two brackets. So with the help of identity, a square minus b square is equals to a plus b into a minus b. So here we are having a plus b and this is a minus b. We can write it like a square minus b square. It will be 3 square minus root 3 whole square. So 3 square is 9 and root 3 whole square is 3. So answer here we are having 6. And 6 is a rational number. So when we are multiplying two irrationals, we can have answer a rational 2 or we can have an answer an irrational 2. Let's have another question. Here we have to find out square of square root 5 plus square root 2. So with the help of identity a plus b whole square, which we can have a square plus b square plus 2ab, we are using this identity over this term. So it will be root 5 whole square plus root 2 whole square plus 2 into root 5 into root 2. So root 5 whole square is 5, root 2 whole square is 2, and 2 into root 5 into root 2 is root 10. So 5 plus 2 is 7 and 2 root 10 will be as it is. So answer is 7 plus 2 root 10. This is an irrational number. So I have shown you, you can have result differently, either a rational or irrationals. Let's have another example. Examine whether the following numbers are rational or irrational. So here we are having 4 types of numbers and we have to find out whether these are rational or irrational. So at first we are having A part. So 2 plus root 3. This is an irrational number. I have explained you thoroughly in previous slides that sum of a rational and an irrational is always an irrational. So 2 plus root 3 is an irrational. In B, we are having number 7 by root 5. This will be an irrational number. We can rationalize the denominator here just by multiplying this irrational number in numerator as well as in denominator. And as a result, we are having 7 root 5 upon 5. This is an irrational number. C, we are having pi minus 2. This is again as irrational, as difference of an irrational and rational is irrational. This is an irrational number. Pi is an irrational number and 2 is a rational number. So irrational and rational are going to be subtracted. So result is irrational number. In D part, we are having 2 minus root 2 and 2 plus root 2. And we have to multiply these two terms here. So with the help of identity, we can solve it like this, and answer is rational. 2 is a rational number. So after multiplying such type of two numbers, 2 minus root 2 and 2 plus root 2, answer is rational number. Now we are going to discuss rationalization of denominator. So here we are having a question, 5 upon under root 3 minus root 5. Here we are going to rationalize this denominator. As in the denominator, we are having an irrational number, and we have to rationalize this. Means we have to just convert its denominator in a rational number. So what we need to do? Just we will multiply in the numerator as well as in the denominator with the number which is conjugate of this given irrational number. Conjugate means just we will replace this sign with its opposite sign. This is minus here, so we will write it root 3 plus root 5. And we are going to multiply in the numerator as well as in the denominator by root 3 plus root 5. See. And in these two terms, you can see easily we can apply the identity a square minus b square as a plus b into a minus b is equals to a square minus b square. So in numerator, we are having 5 into root 3 plus root 5, and in the denominator, it will be 3 minus 5. Root 3 whole square will be 3 and root 5 whole square will be 5. So answer, we are having here 5 into root 5 plus root 3 upon minus 2. So we can write it like minus of 5 by 2 into root 5 plus root 3. So in this way, we rationalize the denominator here. See, here in the denominator, now we are having a rational number. So this is the process of rationalization. Let's have another example of rationalization of denominator. We are having question 1 upon square root 6 plus root 5 minus square root 11. Again, we will multiply in the numerator as well as in the denominator with the conjugate of this number. So what will be the conjugate of this number? That will be root 6 plus root 5 plus square root 11. So let's multiply with that number in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Then again, with the help of identity, a plus b into a minus b is equals to a square minus b square. We can write it like root 6 plus root 5 plus root 11 will be as it is in the numerator. In the denominator, root 6 plus root 5 whole square minus root 11 whole square with the help of this identity. In the next step, we are going to solve it further. So here again, we have applied the identity a plus b whole square. It will give us root 6 whole square plus root 5 whole square plus 2 into root 6 into root 5. And root 11 whole square will be 11 only. Now, after simplification, in the numerator term will be as it is, and in the denominator we are having only 2 root 30. 6 plus 5, 11. This 11 is get cancelled out with this negative 11. So answer is root 6 plus root 5 plus under root 11 upon 2 root 30. So this is the rationalization of the denominator of this question. Now we are going to discuss laws of exponents for real numbers. So here we are having first law, square root a means a to the power 1 by 2. Let's have an example for this law. If we are having square root 4, so it will be 4 to the power 1 by 2. Now 4 can be written as 2 square. So it will be 2 square to the power 1 by 2. So this 2 will get cancelled out, this 2 of the power. So we remained with 2 only. Next law is cube root of a, which will be a to the power 1 by 3. Cube root means power 1 by 3. Let's have example. So cube root of 27, it means 27 to the power 1 by 3. 27 can be written as 3 cubes. So 3 cube to the power 1 by 3 means 3. Next law, we are having nth root of 2, which means a to the power 1 by n. So let's have example. We can write nth root of 2 means 2 to the power 1 by n. Another law, we are having a to the power p into a to the power q. If we are having numbers with the same base, then we can write it like a to the power p plus q. With the same base and different powers or same powers, then powers will get added. Let's have an example. Like 2 to the power 5 into 2 to the power 3. We can write it like 2 to the power 5 plus 3, as we are having same base 2 here. So powers will get added here. So it will give us 2 to the power 8. After solving it, we can have the number 256 here. Another law is a to the power p divided by a to the power q will be a to the power p minus q. See, when we are dividing two numbers of the same base, then the powers will get subtracted. When we are having a to the power q in the denominator, we can shift it in the numerator with the negative power, as q is positive here. So in the numerator, it will be a to the power minus q. And then we will apply this law. With the help of this law, we can write a to the power p minus q. Let's have example. 2 to the power 5 divided by 2 to the power 3 will give us 2 to the power 5 minus 3. That is 2 square, which is 4. Another law is if a to the power p to the whole power q, then powers will get multiplied. We can write it like a to the power p into q. Let's have example. 2 to the power 5 to the whole power 3 will be 2 to the power 5 into 3 means 2 to the power 15. Let's have another law. A to the power p into b to the power p. See, here we are having same power but different base. So we can multiply base here. It will give us a into p to the whole power p. Let's have example. It will be 2 to the power 5 into 3 to the power 5. Then we can multiply 2 into 3 and whole power will be 5 here. So it will give us 6 to the power 5. Another law is saying a to the power 0 will be 1. Means if we are having any number at the place of a like 2 to the power 0 or 10 to the power 0, 7 to the power 0, it will always give us 1. Then a raised to the power minus n means 1 upon a to the power n. Means 2 to the power minus 5 can be written as 1 upon 2 to the power 5. And it will be 1 upon 32. So all these are laws of exponents for real numbers. Now let's have examples. First question is 2 raised to the power 2 by 3 into 2 raised to the power 1 by 3, 1 upon 5. We have to simplify this. So here we will use laws of exponents. So 2 to the power 2 by 3 into 2 to the power 1 by 3 is having same base 2. Same base 2 with different powers. So we can write here with the help of law a to the power p into a to the power q can be written as a to the power p plus q. Powers will get added here. So we can write like 2 to the power 2 by 3 plus 1 upon 5. Now we will simplify the power. So after taking LCM, it will be 15 here. we are having the power 2 to the power 13 upon 15. This is the answer. Next question, we have to simplify 7 to the power 1 by 2 into 8 to the power 1 by 2. Again, with the help of law of indices, we can observe here we are having same power but different base. So we can use a to the power p into b to the power p can be written as a into b to the power p. We can write it like 7 into 8 to the power 1 by 2, right? Now 7 into 8 will give us 56. 56 to the power 1 by 2. So this is the answer. Get ready for the pop quiz now. So question number 1, here we are having in equation z square is equals to 0.04. Z represents rational or irrational number. Yes. What will be the answer? Just you have to solve this equation. Find out your answer and match it with my answer. So answer is a rational number. Why? This is a rational number because you can write it z is equals to square root 4 upon 100, which will give us 2 upon 10. 2 by 10 is a rational number. Let's have another question. Give an example of two irrational numbers whose product is a rational number. Two irrational numbers whose product is a rational numbers. Yes, get ready with your answer. So answer is under root 3 plus root 2 and root 3 minus root 2. Such type of numbers after multiplication give us a rational number. I have explained you thoroughly in the slides. Another question, every real number is either rational or irrational. You have to answer in true or false. So every real number is either rational or irrational. So answer is this statement is true. Any number can be rational or irrational. A number can't be rational and irrational simultaneously. Either it will be rational or it will be an irrational. So this statement is true. Another question, find out 16 to the power 3 by 4. Yes, solve it and get ready with your answer. It's very simple. So answer is 8. Here you need to write 16 in terms of power. Then you will get answer 8. So that's all for this video. Thanks for connecting with me. See you soon in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.